Welcome to this special edition of Forward DFW from Arca Continental Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages, our local bottler and a company of Arca Continental, one of the largest Coca-Cola bottlers in the world. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Forward DFW together with the Dallas Morning News. I'm Ron Corning, and here we are at the Arca Continental Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages bottling plant and distribution center in Fossil Creek, a part of the Fort Worth community. And we're here today to talk about a long-standing and deep relationship that this company has with our nation's veterans. Sylvia Martins is the Vice President of Human Resources, joining us now at, well, I would say at the red table, but I think that's taken.
Oh,
right?
yeah, so true. And it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here as well. We just celebrated and honored veterans on Veterans Day, and that is a special day for you all here as well. How do you celebrate and recognize veterans?
Oh, it's really, really important for us. We celebrate every year. We give them some celebratory coins, very special coins. This year, we also added a cap, a special exclusive shirt. But to be honest with you, Ron, we do not celebrate our veterans just one day in the year. We celebrate them every day. It's all the partnership that we have.
Well, I was going to say it's more than just celebration, it's recognition and it's integration where from the inside out you have, is it 20% of your workforce are veterans?
Yes, and you imagine we have more than 8,000 employees and 20% are veterans. We really believe that it's very easy for us to see all the transferable skills that they have and how that is used for enriching our culture.
There has been a bit of a disconnect in this country historically. You all have been ahead of it always, it seems, and that is what you just said, transferable skills. Anyone who's served in the military, they are collaborative, right?
Yes.
Teamwork oriented, deadline oriented. They all have their hands in project management to some extent, and you've recognized that for a long time. How do you see that play out in real ways here on a daily basis?
Right now, when you actually see the labor marketplace changing and going into much more on skills than only jobs.
Yes.
So we actually have military personnel in all areas of our company. In HR, for example, we have people that are veterans as well. And we are a very focused company on service, which of course, they bring that sense of service. All the part related to operational discipline. And this is very important when you have processes, when you have a strong brand behind you. So we understand that all those skills are coming to make us a stronger company.
And it's interesting you say that because I've heard other veterans say, and I've heard other heads of other companies who also understand the value of those transferable skills say that veterans on the front end will say things like, well, I only have military experience, or I don't have a college education. And you've become really adept at seeing beyond that and recognizing. Do you sense that once a veteran is here and working and contributing in meaningful ways, that all of that disappears, their sense that they're not enough?
Oh, yes, definitely, because I think that they feel valued. We see our people growing, thriving, and that's because they are able to use those skills in our daily operations.
How do you think that influences and changes the overall culture of the company to see that level of commitment? I'm sure that is emblematic of just a general recognition of everyone, regardless of what their background is.
Oh, yes. At CCSWB, we always say that we are obsessed with culture, and we are. For us, this is really important. And when you have veterans that come with that sense of loyalty, that sense of teamwork, of collaboration, that makes all the difference. And this influences other people. So it's not only veterans, it's everyone. We all build the company's culture together.
Well, I said it was from the inside out, and it is, but it's almost full circle in a way, in that you've got employees who work here. Then you're doing outreach in the community for anyone who might be interested in entering a military academy and the steps to take for that. We're going to touch upon that during this segment. And also the USO, the United Services Organization, which is such a key part of entertaining troops who are overseas, some of them in war zones, in active war zones, and helping them stay connected to their families. That's also an important part of it, is it not?
Yes, we actually have a great partnership with USO in different fronts. But the most special one that I consider to be like really dear to my heart is the partnership when we have them coming back home for the holidays. We have a lot of different associates with their families going to the airport and waiting for the troops to arrive. And it might be cold outside, but the truth is when they are there, we create that warm environment. We give them drinks that make them feel like home. So they know it's that moment of coming home.
And we are going to talk a little bit more in depth of the history of that, what the future of that looks like, and also support for the USO on an ongoing basis, which includes, putting your money where your mouth is. And in fact, as we head to break, we're going to take a look at one such program that offers a lot of funding and support for the USO. And also when we come back, we'll talk to two veterans who work here who are involved in helping recruit for military academies. And we'll be back right after this.
I'm delighted to be here not only as a former service member myself, but to speak on behalf of our 8,000 associates in Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Arkansas.
Without donations like this one, we wouldn't be able to continue to provide the important programs to our service members in this area.
All my Sundays through basic and all my Sundays through AIT, I always go to any USO just to relax and just to have a good time. They have plenty of games, food, plenty of activities that you can do that help any soldier out.
Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages has a passion for their community, just like we also have a passion for our community. So it makes sense for us to come together and show that passion to our community by giving back through the USO.
I've always been appreciative of the USO, not only for the morale events that they put on while deployed at deployed locations, but, I have a family of 5, so when we travel, we definitely take advantage of the services that are offered at the airports.
Thanks for the strong 82-year partnership. Coca-Cola products can be found in virtually every USO location around the world.
Our mission is to keep our service members connected to family, home, and country throughout their service to the nation.
I think just knowing that there is a partnership out there with the USO that shows that they're supporting service members and supporting families and going along with our job to the country is fantastic. And just seeing that the community is here to support it as well, it means a lot, regardless of any type of monetary amount. It's just really cool to see that they're out in the community.
All right, everyone, we are back, and we are not here just to talk about the relationship that this company has with our veterans, but to show you. Here's Exhibit A and Exhibit B. This is Rodney Hill. He's Sales Center Manager here in Fort Worth, going on 17 years now, Rodney?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that. And we've got Sean McElhaney, who's here as well. He's been here for 3 years. He is the plant manager in Fort Worth. All right, Sean, I'm going to start with you. I understand you just placed a phone call. Was it a phone call to the president to say you were out here looking for a plant manager job? How does that work?
Well, something the military teaches you is a little bit of initiative.
I was going to say, exactly.
I can tell you, yes, I did reach out to Jean-Claude Tissot, who's our CCSWB president, and I let him know that I was very interested in becoming a part of the organization and told him that I would lead this facility if he gave me the opportunity.
And here you are leading this facility. And I asked you that specific question to make that point, that as a military veteran, initiative is a huge part of it. Has this company lived up so far to your expectations as you knew it as a veteran-friendly organization?
Well, absolutely. I mean, between Coca-Cola and the military, there's a long history. But when you look at the local community, I can tell you CCSWB and the military community is still well alive.
Yeah. And Rodney, you've been here longer, 17 years.
Yes,
a veteran of the Navy, Sean, a veteran of the Army. That's all good, two different branches here?
Well, actually,
Go Army.
actually not. I mean, in a friendly way.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, we tease each other a lot based on our branches, right? But extremely proud of each other. And I tell you one thing that can't be missed when you meet both of us is the brotherhood, the discipline and the connection that we have, that we've learned from the military.
And that extends, we've touched upon it with Sylvia, that extends from the inside out. So you all have this brotherhood on the inside, but then you reach out to the community in very meaningful ways. You've been involved with the USO specifically. What has that been like for you?
So, I mean, honestly, it's a sense of pride because I do understand the history between the military and Coca-Cola. So, I mean, recently we presented a big check with Kroger regarding the backpack program that they do with the USO. And also serving our military, make sure they're excited and understand the connection that we have with the USO.
Yeah. A military academy education, we know, is competitive, it's valuable, it incorporates academics with military service. You're involved, Sean, in that, in an event that I think extends back 19 years with Congresswoman Kay Granger.
That is correct, 19 years.
Yeah, at this facility. This year's event has just happened on December 2nd. Explain to me, if you will, the pathway that some of these young people are on. Are they on the front end of exploring a military academy education, or are they a little further along in the process and you all are there to offer some final support?
Well, this is towards the end of the selection process. So something unique about the military academies is you need to be both accepted by the academy, but you also need a congressional nomination. So many of these candidates already have been accepted to the academies, but this is the final piece. They need Congresswoman Kay Granger's nomination. We've been fortunate to host this event for 19 years, and when you look at it, we are hosting her nomination interviews. So each of these candidates go through a panel of interviews, and then Congresswoman Granger makes her selections for who she gives her nomination to for each of the academies.
So you're coming in contact as a veteran now with the next generation of service personnel. There must be moments of pride, moments of awe. I don't want to steal your thunder here. What do you feel when that event is over, what you witness during that process?
Well, part of the other thing that I've had the opportunity and privilege over the past couple years is talk about a day in the life of a cadet at the academies. So I was a 2001 West Point graduate, so I get to talk to the candidates of what to expect. And I can tell you, just seeing the future generation, it gives me a lot of pride to know that at the local level, we're continuing our partnership with the military, and knowing that I played a small piece in hosting the event to get them in the next portion of their career.
It is possible that someone watching this is thinking about enlisting, thinking about pursuing a military academy education. They don't know where to start. They don't know exactly what that pathway looks like. Rodney, I'm going to start with you. You would say what to them? Young people in your life who might ask you during, your connection with the USO or military families, thinking about going in that direction, what do you tell them?
I'm a country boy. Best decision I ever made in my career and in my life was going into the military. They teach you discipline. As a matter of fact, if you go through boot camp, what you will find is they completely shave you down, call you a recruit, and build you up into a man. So not only it's one of those things, a life lesson, a brotherhood that you can't get anywhere else besides in our military. So I would definitely tell them that's one of the best decisions I ever made.
And many of our military, Sylvia and I touched upon this, they come back from serving their country, whether they're stateside or abroad, with a specific skill set that in many cases is equal to, different than, but better than for some jobs, even a college education. Are you feeling better about companies recognizing that, including your own?
I feel very good about what we do as a company, but I do think the companies can do more. I mean, because you're not just getting a trade or skill set, you're getting life lessons, you're getting discipline, you're getting leadership. All of those things are built in because those factors and those character traits in the military are life-saving.
Sean, same question for you. You come in contact with young people who may be looking at a conventional college education or a military academy education. You're a West Point grad. You say what to them?
I would tell you the military in general, it's an honorable profession. And I would tell you, I look back at my time, I would do it all over again. It's something that gives you appreciation for not only your fellow man or woman, but for your country, especially if you do have the opportunity to serve with or lead men and women overseas.
And I'm also curious to know, as a representative of this company that cares about and recognizes the value of our veterans, the skills they have, the people they are, someone watching this who may think they don't have what it takes, but maybe they do to come work here, you say what to them?
I would tell you there's so many skills that you learn in the military, adapting and overcoming, dealing with a new situation and still making it happen. Those are very transferable skills to any industry. And I would tell them be able to speak to it because it is valued in both the military and corporate America.
Diversity. It is a company within itself that teaches you, I mean, because you're dealing with soldiers and people from all parts of the world. So not only do you learn to work together, you learn to care about each other. So I would have to say one skill set that is brought from the military is really working in a diverse atmosphere.
I have a question for you guys. For as equipped as you were from the military to take on the challenges of this job, in what ways has this company, do you think, contributed in other ways to making you even better?
Opportunity. Coming out of the military, as we've said in previous statements, the skill sets that we bring, not only working in a diverse, I mean, we're talking about being able to lead people. This company gives you that opportunity to utilize those skill sets. Mm-hmm. And I would have to say, I mean, in some cases, I mean, and I'll be honest, I don't have the college degree. My skill set is the military background and just being able to lead people. So that was not an obstacle for the organization at that time.
So the corporate structure and how some things operate within that structure, but case in point, it's teachable on the job, and this company recognizes that. Mm-hmm. Sean, in any particular way, does it come to mind for you how this company has helped support you in ways that you think were necessary for your success?
I think first it starts off with recognition and a little bit of a thank you. And the company's big on that. I mean, every year between veterans, you know, appreciation events or just in general saying hi and talking with the group. Teaching the Coca-Cola way is something that the team is definitely able to do. And as Rodney said, it's opportunity across different areas of the company in order for the veteran community to succeed in whatever they're doing for this company.
And if they were failing to recognize that, right, that the various things we're talking about are teachable on the job, they'd miss out on an opportunity to have two great guys working for their company. Well, Rodney Hill, Sean McElhaney, thank you both. Really appreciate it. And in fact, when we talk about Coca-Cola as a global brand, much of that came to be because of World War II. And this idea that everyone serving overseas might need a little taste of home. We're going to talk about that, the ongoing relationship that continues to this day with the USO when we come back in just a moment.
I've walked the earth and back again, crossed 1,000 miles of ocean, and so let me tell you, friend, that it won't be long. No, it won't be long. No matter where this road will bend, I know the day will come that our two paths will cross again, and it won't be long. No, it won't be long till I'm right back where I belong. I'm right back where I belong. I'm right back where I belong.
And we are back wrapping up our conversation today with Sylvia Martins, Vice President of Human Resources here at Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages. We just heard from Rodney and Sean about their commitment here as veterans to the company and to other veterans. And how does it make you feel to hear their heartfelt commitment to what's happening?
I'm so proud of them. And I think that that's the beauty of it, is because our veterans are bringing more and more opportunities for us to contribute with the community.
Yeah, and we talked about the USO a little bit in the beginning of our conversation, the United Services Organization. In my lifetime, I remember turning on the TV during the Gulf War, and there's Bob Hope, right, entertaining the troops. That dates back a very long time, as does the relationship Coca-Cola has with the USO, also to World War II. What is that history? What does that look like?
It's so true. Actually, the former president of Coca-Cola at that time, one of the things that he was adamant about was every soldier should have the possibility of buying a Coke for 5 cents at that time. So actually, that shows the relationship, right? Because that's a way of feeling closer to home.
Yeah.
It's something that it's right there.
And with an active military, and with areas active around the world, and right now with the holidays almost upon us, we're going to have basic trainees coming back, soldiers coming back for their families for the holidays. You will see branded Coca-Cola USO stations at DFW Airport. It's so moving to see that, is it not?
It is. In my views, that's one of our most powerful volunteering opportunities for our employees. And you can feel that energy when everybody is right there waiting for soldiers to come home. That's really a big one.
And many of them probably also have members of their own family who have served.
Oh, yes, definitely. Not only our 20% of veterans employees, but also their families.
I think that also a question again about culture. When you have veterans who are here, who are headed to DFW Airport to volunteer at that USO Coca-Cola station, do you think that inspires other employees who maybe weren't as mindful of our veterans and what they give back to our country? Do you think it inspires them as well? Do you see that?
I'll definitely see that. And actually, all our associates that go with their families to the airport, not necessarily they are veterans, but they want to show the respect. They want to show how much we all thank them for their service.
Is it different during times like this when we seem to be potentially on the edge of an even more active military? We don't know what our involvement might be overseas in the Middle East. Do you sense that here with your veterans as that conversation happens, that they're sort of in a different space emotionally because it does sort of bring the reality of what we could face to the forefront?
I think that in general, everybody is worried about those things, right? But what I can say is that we want to be able to support them. So it is a difficult moment. How can we make it easier?
Yeah.
How can we support them through different alternatives?
Community Canvas is, I think, one of your best programs. I've touched upon it during previous episodes of this video podcast. And that's a means by which you're able to connect with local artists in neighborhoods. And it's not always necessarily to raise awareness about a cause, but that is often what happens. You've brought attention to issues around autism, for example, and also with veterans. What does that look like?
We partner in the Community Canvas. What we do is actually to celebrate different communities. So we are very proud of partnering with an artist and veteran, Cody Vance, and to be able to celebrate the military culture as well. How can we celebrate that community? How can we show that respect? And that's a way of showing through the art.
Yeah, and it's a multi-pronged approach, as we've talked about here, whether it's the Kay Granger event, whether it's the hiring of veterans now at 20% of your total workforce, some 8,000 employees, 20% of them or 1,600 are veterans, and also Community Canvas, which really puts you out in the community in meaningful ways. And Sylvia, thank you for shedding light on it. We really appreciate it. Sylvia Martins is the Vice President of Human Resources. And as we wrap things up, we want to give you a closer look at that artist, Cody Vance, and his contribution through Community Canvas. I'm Ron Corning for Forward DFW, together with the Dallas Morning News. We'll see you next time.
I used to draw all of our dogs for my mom because we grew up in a rural area outside of the city. So there was a lot of agriculture around. So that was a very steady stream of just subjects to draw. I enlisted in '85, and that's after being laid off from this department store. So I said, I just want something I can go anywhere in the world. I can be outside. I can just see everything. And they were like, we got the job for you. So I spent the next 12 years as a cop in the security police field because they always need those. I think a creative process in any form, it doesn't matter if it's basket weaving, painting, drawing, I think the world needs it. I need it. I can't not do it. It keeps me balanced. I created this community canvas for Veterans Day. Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages contacted me to do this veterans collage. I have a lot of family members who've been in the service, so I started pulling pictures from them as early as I can find them. And most of them I found from their basic training, which has been really interesting to walk down that path. and draw them and put them in this collage together. I've got a good friend, Mike Scott, retired colonel. Another one is Ann Gonzalez, retired Army officer. Yeah, they're good friends of mine. We spent so much time together and would put in crazy situations together. One of the things I truly cherish about the military is that it throws you in a for real melting pot. We got people that come from all walks of life, from all different types of educational, ethnicity, regions. It doesn't matter. We all hear about PTSD, but a lot of us don't understand what that truly means. And we've had people who don't want to be here anymore, and they're still there. We've got some that have gone on to get their PhDs and written books and things like this. So it's just really, really powerful and transformative. And I truly believe that any kind of creative process is the best thing anybody can do for themselves, because it allows you to get out of your head, get out of the darkness. My name is Cody Vance, and this is my community canvas for Veterans Day.